Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'll be creating a different content from what I've been creating. I will tell you a short story, and the story is The Bone. The Bone is a story about a warrior and how he ascended from a physical being into a god. It's the story of Madrid. Madrid was from the town of Skull, and the town of Skull is known for its renowned warriors who are very strong and mighty. But due to the event that happened between the Celestials and the mortals, the land of Skull was destroyed. So many years later, there was a king of this land of Skull, and the name of the king is called King Tophas. King Tophas was a very powerful king, and he encourages strong and mighty men to be in high positions. So everybody in the kingdom were all about strength and who is going to be strong and who is going to be the strongest in this town. But there is a warrior. The king likes the warrior because this warrior was not physically strong, but he was very smart when it comes to his brain. He knows how to solve problems without even lifting a finger. So because of that, the king made him PA to him. Other warriors in the town were angry because they were way, way stronger than Margaret. But something happened because the land of Skull had so many neighboring enemies. So one of the kings of the neighboring villages aligned with eight kings from different villages to come and attack the land of Skull to ensure that the town is no more because they believe that the land of Skull has hidden treasure from the ancient time, and they believe that that treasure they have can help them revive back. And if they revive back, they will be the strongest kingdom in the entire world. Because of that, these kings being so powerful, they attacked this land of Skull. After attacking the land of Skull, they were able to defeat the land of Skull because they had men who were strong. All the old soldiers of the land of Skull were almost annihilated, but the king was very strong. Before they could kill the king told Margaret to take his only daughter and leave the land of Skull. But when Margaret and the daughter were running away, one of the kings of the eighth kingdom, being the strongest being in the entire continent, attacked Margaret. The king had telepathic power, so he was able to break every object that was on the way that Margaret used against him. Margaret used a sword, but the king was too strong for Margaret. So at the end of the day, Margaret was captured. When Margaret was captured, he was taken back to, he was taken as a hostage to the king of the strongest continent, and that was the continent of the Pythons. So when they got to the continent of the Python, the other seven kings was there with that strongest king. So when the strongest king now told them to bring out Margaret from the land of Skull, because the name of the strongest king was Tovan. Tovan told them to bring Margaret. When they brought out Margaret, they now said they will use Margaret to make an example to the other neighboring nation that the alliance of the eighth king is stronger, is the strongest alliance. The alliance of the eighth king is the strongest alliance in the universe. So they took Margaret to the evil for let's they took Margaret to in the land of the coast. They said it's a land whereby beings that used to live the universe fell, and anyone who they bury in that land, the soul of the person will not exist. So after killing Margaret, they now took him to the land and they threw his body into the land of the coast. As soon as Margaret's body got in contact with the land of the coast, he was bleeding. already. So his blood started sinking inside the ground. As it was sinking inside the ground, it went. There was like there was all this crack under the ground. So as the blood of Margaret went through the crack and was going through the crack until it met the dead body of another person, but this person doesn't look like a normal person. The person has the skeleton of a man, but the wings it has is like that of an angel. So the blood now entered the skeleton of the man of that. So this skeleton is is a different form of skeleton. The skeleton that the blood went to is the skeleton of a man, a winged man. So the blood now dropped into the bones. Then suddenly, Margaret's essence, the spirit form, sinked down under the ground and started combining with the the bone of that celestial being. So that being that has wings, when Margaret essence entered that being, the essence of Margaret and that skeleton, they kind of forged a particular person, and that person again was same Margaret. So the skeleton of that being moved from the ground like it was facing and went back into Margaret's body. That was how Margaret woke up again. When he woke up, he was now walking out of the the land of the coast. So as he was walking out of the land of the coast, the people that killed him earlier now saw him. This time around, Margaret's eyes was different from his usual eyes before he got killed. Now, instead of um, dark black eyes, his eyes was golden color. So when they saw him, his eyes was golden color. His hair has transformed into blonde hair. As he came out, he had blonde hair, golden eyes. Those men saw him and saw that this guy, the kind of person they are saying is different from